work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go. Hard work, work. Everybody work, work. Hard work, work, hard work, work. Hey, hard work, work, hard work, work. Hard work, work, hard work, work. Hard work, work.
3, 2, 1.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Al Flowers, and you've found your way to TalkOne Radio. As you know, we are a lightning rod of conservative discussion. Our foundation is built on God, family, and country, period. It's my wish that we can set a tone that allows two-way dialogue with the hopes of finding understanding between each of us. We'd like to accomplish and cover local, regional, national news items that affect you in your life and times. That's me trying out the new teleprompter today. It's just something new that I wanted to try. I mean, some of the things, it's going to rub you the wrong way sometimes. Sometimes it's not. I'm getting a little feedback here. I'm not quite sure why, but we'll roll with it until the first break. I'll just call a break. Listen, it's my welcome back show, and it's great to be back here. I really appreciate you people tuning in and listening to me, because really this is now a one-man show. I was missing in action there for a while, and due to health reasons, but through the grace of God, I'm back. Got another challenge coming up, but I'm not worried too much about that. Things are looking up, so I'm feeling good about it, and I hope we can, cross that bridge when I come to at the end of June. My man Jeff Zapp, I can't say enough about the guy. He's a brother in Christ to me. He's my best friend in the area. He hung in there with me as co-host when we had the studio over in Bluffton, and God bless him for that. I really do appreciate his help, guidance, and his overall help for the station. It really helped us out to continue to be what we are, and that's just a sounding board of ideas, opinions for everybody. We're not talking about just Republican and conservative ideals or ideas or opinions or points of view. I'm open to all and any. I mean, if some Democrats want to call in, some progressives want to call in, hey, let's start building a couple bridges here to satisfy that communication gap. But big shout out to Jeff. He's got his own show now called the Jeff Zapp Show. You can visit that at jeffzapp.com or the jeffzappshow.com. I believe that's it. Or jeffzappshow.com. One of the two. Then you'll find them. Show plans. Okay, Wednesday nights I think is going to be the night that we're going to kick off and just do our thing. We're going to start off at 7 o'clock and, no end in sight, really. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm going to sit here until 10, but, some nights it'll be 8 o'clock when I kick out of here and go and have a cold drink. Or it might be 9 o'clock. Or if you call in, I mean, you're able to call in right now at 440-225-5686. I'm more than happy to take your call. Give me a little slack here just to grind through some of this stuff. But when you see the natural break, then give me a call. I'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate it if you tell other people about the shows back on TalkOne Radio. We're at TalkOneRadio.com. You'll find us on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Rumble. For now, I don't do too much other, I'm not a big truth social guy. I don't mind. Any place where you can get free speech is fine with me. I mean, I don't deal with Twitter. I don't, Facebook's, I've been put in jail a couple times, I guess, because some of the things that they consider disinformation. But Other than that, I'm not here to harm anybody. I'm here just to try to have an exchange of ideas. But unfortunately, most of the progressives don't want to have an exchange of ideas. They want to either shout you down or set you aside, put you aside, sit you in a chair and tell you you're a dunce if you don't believe the way they do. This is the work I'm talking about that we have to do as a nation to work together and try to amend these chasms that have been placed on us by people, I think, that have other than our best interest in mind. And I'm not pointing fingers. You know who I'm talking about. You don't have to be a genius to figure this out. You just take a look at a little bit of recent history, the summer of 2020, summer of love. People are looking the other way while the cities are burning down. How do you reconcile that? Of course, we had the unfortunate incident on January 6th. Well, I'm not going to call it an insurrection. I don't think it really was when you show up with flags and you have a bunch of cretins, some street urchins that get involved, and who knows, there was more feds in the crowd than anything. And a result of that, unfortunately, if we contrast the two situations, I know one was an attack, alleged attack, air quotes on that, on the Capitol, and the other one was an attack on our cities. But there's more people still in jail from January 6th and being held without due process than there, I'm sure. I mean, Kamala Harris was sending money to bail people out of jail in Seattle and Portland. And where was he? Kenosha, Wisconsin, I guess it was the other place that was up in flames. Yeah. So, I mean, somebody explained to me why that happened. You can't use the easy out as most progressives are using this, talking about, it was Donald Trump's fault because he had this thing on January 6th and he told everybody to storm and do this and do that. I've never been to a big rally like that, and I never will go to one. I'm not a big rally guy. I went to one outing recently within the last year. I was not impressed, quite frankly, with the people that were doing the rally, this supposedly bust, I don't want to name names. This guy was out of line as far as I was concerned. But hey, once again, the number is 440-225-5686. It's right on the deal. I'll take your call when I can. No sweat. We don't have a call screener anymore. So the minute I answer your phone and say, hello, you're on TalkOne Radio, you are on TalkOne Radio. I just ask that you keep the language within the civil decorum. I mean, I understand things can get emotional every now and then, but certainly I'm not going to put up with too much F-bombing or anything like that. That's not happening. I will not do that. I mean, not that I'm a saint, quite frankly. I'm the opposite side of the street on that deal. But okay, let's go. Today had an interesting deal at a debate. Turned out to be more of a forum, I guess. And he was self-admitted by one of the people that were participating. It was between Anna Marie Tabernac, better known as Tab, and Michael Covert. As you all know, was a council person at one time, a couple of years ago. Decided to jump out and run against Bill Herbst-Gersman. Good guy. Been around a ton. And that wasn't successful. So I think, Mike has got the itch to get in there and run to the front. As they say in the military, guns up. And he certainly is that type of guy. No question about it. But it was a real really polite, well-run debate. Well attended too. I think we had, I don't know the numbers. I didn't talk to anybody about how many people signed in and walked in, but I think there might have been between 20 and 25 people there, easy. It's a small room. It wasn't like a huge amphitheater or anything like that, but it was over at the Hampton Inn in Oakity, next to the Oakity Ale House. It was sponsored by the local GOP. It was about an hour long. Interviewed both. I didn't tape the interview itself because it was, this was my first introduction to the local Republican Party, so they put quite a few restrictions on me that I hope to earn my keep and show them that TalkOne Radio is not there to hurt anybody or knock anybody's feelings. That's not my game. I don't do that. It's not me at all. But we're straight shooters, and we're in love with this country. Let's just put it that way. We believe in the tenets that it was built on, and are quite frankly fearing our direction right now. So I worked together with them, and Linda Cannon was really a nice lady to me and a true professional. We had a small conversation about some email exchanges, and folks, as you well know, it's better to talk to people face to face than it is to send them an email because you don't have the emotion of your eyes, the reading of someone's face, the timbre of their voice. You don't get that in an email, and you could actually probably blow some people up and not even think about it. You can definitely tell the intent of what someone's saying to you when you're looking them right in the eyes. So we squared that away, and it was really nice. I'm very impressed with her, and new to the area. I think she's going to be a really nice addition to the local GOP. What I plan to do is I interviewed both parties, Tab and Mike, afterwards, and I'm going to play both of them in succession, and I'll just put ladies first. That's just the way I was raised. And I'll let you, it's unedited. I didn't tidy it up. I didn't clean it up for clarity or anything like that. I just said, this is it. Here you go. And I'm going to play it for you here in a few minutes, but I want you to listen to some of their answers because the questions were not difficult, as they say, but they were very telling about the person's passion for what they're doing. And for both parties, both Tab and Mike, as a Republican conservative, I'm telling you, you could not ask for two better candidates that are vying for your vote come November. I mean, it's amazing to me that Tab is stepping up into the lion's den, so to speak. And Mike, I think Mike is a personality that's, like I said earlier, he's a guns up guy, and he enjoys the time in the forum, if you know what I mean. But Tab, she's a smooth, consummate professional. I don't want to take anything away from her. We know that Mike already served there and did a hell of a job. But Tab has got, she's no pushover. I mean, she may be the quiet, unassuming, but I think she'd give you a swift kick in the ass if you crossed her, quite frankly. You don't want to mess with that girl, and she's been giving so much to Sun City. So everyone here knows her and knows how hard she works, and that she's been full transparency on this, folks. Mike has been on our station as a co-host several times, a year, 2 years ago. He filled in when no one else wanted to, okay? And he was kind enough to come in and bring his expertise to the station. I can't. How can I hate the guy for that? I can't. I love the guy for that. And on the other side of that coin, Anna Marie Tab has been on our station steady for 2 years, once a month at least, just to square away the rumors and some of the concerns that the residents have here in Sun City, those that have chosen to listen. So they're both, I know them both. I'm not endorsing either one. I mean, I want to stay right in the middle, but I'm telling you, you make the choice come June 14th. It'll be your choice to decide which one of these two superhuman beings are going to step into the breach and fight for us here in Sun City in the surrounding area. They're both qualified to the max. I mean, Mike's got a couple more, gunfights under his belt than Tab, but I love them both. They're both great candidates. Whichever way the coin flips, I'll tell you, we're not going to lose at all. The winners are going to be the people in District 6, come hell or high water. So we're very fortunate to have people that are brave enough to take their time out of their life. I mean, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme that these people are involved in. It's hours upon hours. I think they get a small stipend. I mean, it's not even worth it. I mean, when you really ironed it out throughout the day, you're probably making about $1.50 an hour. No tips. So let me do that. Let me take a quick break. I'll be right back with you. Stay with me, and I'll be playing those. I'll come back first, and then we'll play them. But I just need to square away some of the stuff here, some of the technical stuff that I'm not used to dealing with. But hang with us. We'll be right back. You're listening to TalkOne Radio on the TalkOne Radio Network. All right. Why is that coming crossed? I wonder. Test. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully, we have this thing ironed out. If not, we're going to have to roll with it. Let me just play this for you real quick. These two interviews, they're both about they're both about 10 minutes long, but it's worthwhile listening to it, folks. If you want to check us out, please do that. Let me see how we go here. Well, it's not going to work out. I have this is really it's crazy when this thing when it gets going like this, and as we lose all our folks. Uh, Let me just work on this a minute. I'm sorry that this is going on right now, but mm, mm, mm. I almost have it here, folks. Just hang in there with me. Just one more second. Uh, okay, let's do this right now. Here's this my question and answer with Tab. All right. Once again, we're with the candidate, Anna Marie Tabernac, better known as Tab, TalkOne Radio. Al Flowers here, and Tab. I thought the debate went quite well.
I really enjoyed it. Too bad it really wasn't a debate; it was a forum. But I think we showed that we are both good Republicans.
Mm.
We didn't, we support each other. We agreed on a lot of things.
Well, isn't that a fine? How do you
Yes,
do?
we just have different backgrounds, and
I guess I don't have the touch tonight. I don't have the touch. I'm sorry. That's the way it goes. I will be posting those up on the website as soon as I get done here tonight, which might be quick. But I just want to talk about some national news. As you well know, Elon Musk is scrapping his deal with Twitter. There's no question why he is. I mean, he's already said it several times that the product was not represented properly. And he's finding at least 20 or 22% of these actual accounts are all false. They're all built by someone else or the same company, allegedly. And unfortunately, the stock is tanking right now. It's taking the bump pretty hard right now. So I don't know if it's a play for him to jump off it and just say, hey, listen, fool me once. Or if he's being a shrewd businessman and just driving the price down, then he's going to drop the number on him. But otherwise, I don't deal with Twitter, so it doesn't matter to me. I didn't know what the big deal was, quite frankly, when he bought it. And everybody was jumping up and down, and he was using the term free speech. We've heard all that before. I mean, this guy is not the savior for free speech. That's not how it's going to happen. Even once he buys it, even if he turns it loose, it's just a platform. It's like Truth. It's like Getter. It's like BitChute. It's like Rumble. It's like any of these. They're not anything special. I mean, I couldn't believe them. The amount of people that were hopping up and down about, Elon Musk is buying Twitter. What do you think? You're going to get a free ride on a SpaceX or something? No, it's some money churning machine. That's what he's looking at it for. It's probably undervalued. It's the only reason why he wants to buy it. How about this baby formula shortage, folks? I mean, that's a WTF in my book. There's no baby formula shortage in two places, the border in Mexico in Canada. They're selling it online on Amazon.ca. If you want to know, check it out. Go to Amazon.ca and check it out. You'll find out that it's being sold. I mean, this whole deal with the plant shutdown. There's been no evidence that there's contamination originated in the plant that has been shut down since February. The FDA has now stated this afternoon, by the way, that the plant should be open in 2 weeks. Now, that's not going to instantaneously fill those shelves because guess what? Diesel fuel is approaching $10 a gallon in some places. How do you think these truckers are going to forget about independent truckers, the trucking companies, these big fleets? How do you think they're going to get that baby formula anywhere? We're going to put it on a train? I don't know. Maybe we can use the airplanes that Joe Biden's using to fly illegals all over and dropping them off in all these northern states. Maybe fill them up and fly them back down to where it's needed. But I do know that there's pallets of it going to the southern border. Now, if there's babies there that need it, God bless them. Use it. But there is no baby formula shortage in the country of Mexico or Canada. You find that strange? I do. Same with the amount of food processing plants that have suddenly self-combusted. I mean, I've never seen more places either have these mysterious fires and shut down. I mean, nobody needs any more TV dinners, trust me. You know, I'm not a big advocate on all that processed food stuff. But hey, you know, they're making the pink slime hamburgers and stuff like that. You know, these companies are huge. It's not like, you know, mom and pop's meat market just burned down. It's like, you know, in Ohio, the big Stouffer's plant. Let's say that goes down. You know, you can forget about your hungry man dinners, that's for sure. You know, this baby formula shortage, you know, the same thing happened to Obama when he was in charge. Remember, I don't know if you remember, it didn't gather big press, but I did some research on it. And some of this came out. There was a shortage of IV fluids, you know, just the basic IV pushes that they give. What it's basic, you know, there's a name for it. I'm not a medical guy, but you know, that they use to hydrate people with. Well, during his term, one of his terms in office, you know, he was the black president that was elected twice in this so-called extremist country of ours. It was a shortage that, you know, ran on and was a small stink because, of course, you know, the press is not going to attack, you know, one of their own. So not much big waves came out of it. But the fact is that, you know, everything got righted. Water met its own level, just like this baby formula thing. You know, the motto of the Democrats today, and some Republicans too, I mean, is never let a good crisis go to waste. So if they can hop up and down about something and blame it on someone, they will. I mean, I don't know how people, a guy gets blamed so much, Trump. I'm not a big Trump fan. I'm a big fan of what he did as a leader, as a president. I'm not so much in love with the fact of his brutish behavior. So, I mean, I got my Make America Great Again hat, you know, and all that stuff. I got a signed picture from the man, by the way, for my service to the country. But I'm certainly not going to blame a guy that's been gone for like 18, 20 months on every ill that I have that crosses my desk. Some of these Biden wounds are self-inflicted, most of them, because he's, did you ever hear him talk about things, which I'll get off the track here before I go on to the gas price issue. He talks about it like, I can't say anything more. I can't talk about this anymore. I'm going to get in trouble. You're the commander-in-chief. You're the head of the free world. Who's going to give you trouble? What are you going to miss out on a dessert? Are they going to hold that back, or are you going to sit in a corner? Who are these people, Joe? I really can't say anymore. I'm going to get in a lot of trouble about this. Who are these folks? I mean, come on, you're supposed to be the president. I mean, it's like almost watching elder abuse when I cringe. It's like, don't put this guy through this. Don't put him on a center stage to be walking around with his hand out, looking around, completely lost. And he's got his handlers around that scream at the media so they don't get a chance to ask him a question. I mean, I got to give that to Trump, man. That guy, he would stay for an hour and talk to everybody. He'd answer questions all day long. Didn't matter to him. No problem. I got the answers. It might be the wrong ones. We'll dial it back if we have to. But, here we go with Joe. And Kamala, forget it. Well, some of the stuff that she was talking about, I didn't even want to drag up some of these videos of her talking in a big circle. That's talking about circles. I guess Jen Psaki's on her way to MSNBC. I wonder what the show's going to be called. The new Rachel Maddow. It's going to be called Ginger Snap, maybe. I don't know. She's going to be quite the entertainer, I'm sure. She was certainly for the first few months here, a couple of years that she was Biden's foil. I've never seen someone speak so condescending to so many people in such a short period of time than I did with her. It was unbelievable that she would smack her lips. And if for any of you folks that are into body language specialists, you can tell that she was highly pissed a couple of times because she stuck her tongue out. And that's a good sign of people that are unhappy with you. They stick their tongue out to a point and they lick their lips. That means they're really angry about something. So, but you can have a ball with her body language. I'll tell you, it's funny. Another thing that's really funny to me, and that you should check it out, and some of your friends that are hearing deficient, that know sign language, should watch the White House. There's a couple women that do sign ASL for the White House that are absolutely terrible. I don't know what, I've had some training in this in a year or so of sign language, and I'm telling you right now, they are an embarrassment. There is no, I try to watch them, and they're coming up with these new signs every day. Every time I watch, they're first of all, they're not even mouthing the words, which is important when you're doing sign language to a deaf person. And they're like expressive, but they're not following what's being said. They're just like inflicting these ticks and twitches, and it's almost embarrassing for me to watch. And I wonder who vets these people out. I mean, and I wonder how much they get paid, really. That's really the question of the day. Who's paying these people? Are they contractors or are they government employees? If they're government employees, man, I hope they don't get on the hot phone, on the red phone, and do a little telelinking with somebody, because we'd be in trouble with some of the movements that they do. Nervous and jerky. It's really pretty sad. Unfortunately, I've commented, I'm not going to write to the White House and say, who are these nitwits that are doing this? But it's embarrassing to people that, I know that know American Sign Language, and it's just, you watch it for yourself. That's all I can say. Okay, how about those record high gas prices? I mean, look, when we start begging Venezuela and begging Saudi Arabia and OPEC for please send us oil, please send us oil. When we had this thing already locked up, we had it buttoned up prior to Joe Biden's election. He wasn't really elected now, was he? I haven't seen the 2000 Mule movie, and, there's all kinds of critics on both sides. Democratic and conservative people are crabbing about Dinesh D'Souza's movie, 2000 Mules. It's like 2000 Jackasses. I mean, come on. A lot of illegitimate votes, I'm sure, have been going down the gullet of those boxes for a long time. And that should be worrisome to every American. Like, if they want to control who's in charge, obviously, I mean, how did this guy get, 81 million votes or something like that? Barack Obama only got like 74 million. How did this happen? You know what? But the gas prices is really the thing that we should be raising our eyebrows about. Now, is it pure greed? Is it nothing but greed, or is it a function of legislation? Is Joe Biden the culprit? Is he the guy with his shutting off all exploration, pipelines, etc.? Who's to blame? Who cares? Let's get this thing back together again. That's all I say. And let's stop the nonsense. The guy doesn't have a plan. There is no plan. He thinks that windmills are going to power the whole East Coast and West Coast. Solar power, 500,000 chargers across the nation. These are pie in the sky. I mean, he's selling this stuff to union workers across the country. I mean, this guy is, the PRO Act, the whole bit. Do the research on it yourself. It's quite unnerving. But if he thinks that, saving 1 kilowatt by someone having a windmill in their backyard, or, I mean, the science, let's follow the science like we all heard during the vid days. Let's follow that science, folks. I mean, come on. I don't know. I guess it's going to be hitting the trucking industry very hard. Forget about you going to grandma's house for the summertime picnics. That is not even, that's way down on the echelon there. Let's talk about moving produce, moving goods and services across this country. What do you think that, just locally, Tom Curry's company, Palmetto Pavers, what do you think? I mean, he's got 5 or 6 loads to go out. That's his fuel costs are quadrupling. How do you think he's going to be able to survive? He can't keep eating those fuel prices and maintain customer service. How do you get charged someone? Sorry, it's what happens. I have to up the price of everything because gas is now almost $10 for a gallon of diesel, which is junk. It is like the after product of gasoline. And jet fuel, you can forget that, folks. You think that your city's not getting service now? You wait until that starts climbing over the hill. And the only thing that saves companies like forward-looking companies like Southwest, uh, WestJet, and some of these others is that they buy early and store, so they have it. But now you have to get it to the airports, so it's the real deal. So you got to when are you going to put it into? You can't. JP4, JP3 is not going to be able to be run through a diesel. Sorry, they're similar but different in all the same ways. I got this just before I went on air. I thought it was interesting and sad and sick at the same time. The Philadelphia public schools are encouraging teachers to attend a trans wellness conference, which features the following. Now, these are public school teachers from middle school on to high school. They're being encouraged by the administrations to attend this. Now, I don't have a dog in a fight with this trans wellness conference. Do what you want. You're adults. But brother, sisters, leave those kids alone, as Pink Floyd would say. Here's some of the things featured at the trans wellness conference. Things that this is news that these teachers, I guess, can use when they're indoctrinating kids. Masturbation sleeves. That's a big, that's standing room only for that, I think. BDSM practices. I guess it's bondage or something, and sadomasochism, I guess. I guess that they wanted to, tune themselves up on that. Here's one that stands alone. Kink. That's sold out also. And last but not least, this is a quote right out of the newspaper. So don't blame me. I didn't come up with it. Not that you can't blame me. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. Banging beyond binaries. That's some real top shelf stuff, huh? What if I lived anywhere near Philly and the school administration was encouraging the teachers that are teaching my kids, I would be pulling them out of that school so fast their heads would spin. It would be unbelievable. Unbelievable. Talking about pulling kids out of school, New York City, they're gobsmacked. I'm sorry to say, I'm kind of happy about it. Nobody's going to public school anymore. The people that are signing their kids up are down like 40%. You know why? People are homeschooling. They've had enough of this shenanigans, enough of the insanity, enough of the CRTs, 1619, you name it. What acronym is next? When you have, and I'm going to check this out because somebody sent this to me on through a Facebook message, talking about the types of books that are available in a public library that are placed there that describe sexual intercourse from little Johnny to little Jeannie. I mean, in graphic detail. I read an excerpt out of it. You can see it. Someone posted it flat out on Facebook, several places. I saw the actual blown up page where they're talking about this stuff. I mean, really sad stuff. I don't quite understand it. I mean, if my child was in that school system, they would be out. I don't care if I had to work 5 jobs. I'd send them to a school that has normal reading, writing, and arithmetic and history. Do we have a shaded history here in the United States? Yes. Are there things that we're not proud of? Yes. Let's talk about them. Let's bear them out. Let's pull the skeletons out of the closet. Let's get with it. All right, one more item before I go tonight. It's great. I'm glad you stuck with me. I'm glad there are people watching. I'm happy about that. believe me, just you can get me at AAK at TalkOneRadio.com. If you want to join the show, I can send you a link. You can be on. We can do a nice little interview right here. If you're a new business, you're a politician, you Democrat or Republican, I don't care. I mean, let's give them something to talk about. Why not? I got nothing to hide. I mean, this is my humble abode right here, messy as it is. This is my room. And that's how it goes. I got most of my life on the wall, sir. That's about all. Last thing, and we'll, in my estimation, this is a good thing. You know, the Department of Homeland Security, they had this formed their own little Gestapo called Disinformation Governance Board, also known as DGB. I like to call it the KGB. You know, it's been put on hold, by the way. It's been put on hold. You know why? Because the great Nina Jankowicz has resigned from that position. She's, I think she broke the CNN Plus record. I don't see them having any takers out there at all. I don't think that's happening. It's just too wild. When government is so interested in what people have to say, overly interested, if you know what I mean. When do we not just ignore the fact that we don't have the freedom to speak how we want to speak today? I mean, I'm doing it right now. I love it. You should love it. You should do it yourself and never be ashamed or afraid to speak out. I mean, instead of, you can't yell fire in a theater, of course. And hate speech, of course, I'm not endorsing that. I mean, those that partake in that want to demean other people, or the word is marginalize other people, I don't do any of that. I don't know a conservative that does that. I mean, some do. I mean, I can't speak of any, but I don't know any. None. We're all based in Christian-based values. I mean, listen, if you don't think there is a God, I can tell you for sure there is, because I went through what was one of the most harrowing situations I've ever faced in my life, and that's open heart surgery. There's a reason why those doctors know what they know, and technology is moving forward, and God puts people in the right places to take care of those who believe in him. And that's how I'm going to wrap up tonight. I want to thank Linda Cannon once again for allowing me to attend that debate between two worthy opponents, Anna Marie Tab and Mike Covert, who are vying for your vote on June 14th in the primary, Republican primary for District 6. I want to open it up for everyone that's running for office. Maria Walls, she's welcome here anytime. I saw her today. It was great to see the treasurer of the county, a dynamic individual. I'll tell you, it wouldn't be beyond a stretch to say that you might be calling her Governor Walls before long, because she's as sharp as a tack. People that take this challenge on are absolutely exceptional. And you may not agree with them. I don't agree with every politician. Like, I'm not a big Nikki Haley fan. I was at one time, and then I thought she went off the road a little bit. And some of the things that she was saying, I don't know if it was just for her, so she would become, I mean, how can you be more popular than Nikki Haley? I mean, but I thought she was I didn't agree with some of the things she said. So her stock has fallen with me. But she's welcome to come on board. I mean, she's definitely, could you imagine a DeSantis Haley ticket for 2024? I mean, I think that's within the realm, man. But Maria Waltz, I think this Treasury deal, she's running it, she's leading it, and working shoulder to shoulder with her employees and her partners over there at the Treasury to our benefit. I mean, and that's how you got to look at folks that are involved with politics. I don't agree with guys that are some of the people that are on Beaufort County Council. Like, I'm not a big fan of Joe Passmont. I mean, even though he's a home skillet, we both came out of the same hometown. I think he's from South Buffalo. I'm not sure. But he's a Western New York guy, I guess, I think. But I don't agree with his leadership. I don't agree with the way he functions. I think, when I post these interviews up on the website, please listen to both, and you'll get a good insight on both candidates for District 6. So you don't have to like them, but know that they both have passion for the job. I want to thank you once again for listening. I'm going to be back next Wednesday. Hopefully I'll have everything all ironed out and be able to talk to you and get this thing squared away. Thanks again for listening. I appreciate your patronage. Please pass the word that I'm back, and we'll see where it goes from here.
You've been listening to the finest in conservative talk radio. TalkOne Radio. Broadcasting live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. Taking your calls at 1-843-800-1492. Hey, would you do us a big favor? Please make sure that you like or share this content with your family and friends. And visit our website with comments or questions at TalkOneRadio.com, where you can listen to our podcast, now available on iTunes, iHeart, TuneIn, Podbean, and other platforms including Radio Max, so you can listen to us while you're on the go. Thanks so much for listening. We'll see you next time right